Okay. Good evening, everybody. Okay, just a reminder, please, to mute yourselves. And there'll be a question and answer session at the end. Hi to everybody. I love seeing all of you every week. And some people are new to this, so thank you so much for coming on for the first time. Just a quick introduction. My name is Kim Bash. And I work in real estate, and a couple of months, like actually going on nearly, it's been a long time now, actually since February, we started doing research for a lot of people looking to make Aliyah. Were reaching out to me and saying, Kim, we really want to find a place where we're going to move to. We want to make Aliyah, but we really don't know where we want to make Aliyah to. So I started doing a lot of research and showcasing different communities around Israel. So we do these weekly calls. We try and do them every week. And we have done amazing communities all over Israel. And for me, it's been amazing to hear about all these places in Israel. Even though I've lived here for so long, I was not aware how many amazing communities, Anglo, also a lot of Anglo communities out there that are available for people if you don't want to be necessarily in Jerusalem or Tel Aviv or Netanya. There's really a place for everybody in Israel. So that's why we started doing these Zoom calls. And we've already done a Zoom about Ramat Beit Shemesh and the community. The reason we're doing another call tonight is that there was so much interest in Ramat Beit Shemesh because it is known as a soft landing community for many, many people. And we had a lot of people reaching out to us. And I really wanted people on the ground, Devorah and Karen, who are on my team, who live in Ramat Beit Shemesh, to really get more detailed information about the community, to actually go on site to these projects and show you all these areas in Ramat Beit Shemesh. So tonight is going to be a lot of information for you to understand the Ramat Beit Shemesh community a little bit better. And we also have some special guests on the call tonight who live in the community of Ramat Beit Shemesh. And we're going to be showcasing different properties in the different neighborhoods. So thank you all for coming on tonight. And this call is being recorded. So if you want to later on send it to friends or you want to listen to it again, you are free to do so. We have a YouTube channel, Find My Community in Israel, Kim Bash Real Estate. It's on YouTube. So there's lots of different communities there, and you are welcome to reach me personally to have a one-on-one call with myself or any of my team. I would like to just in the beginning introduce to you now is Rafi Shulman, who is a dear friend and who works with us on helping Olim come to Israel. Rafi and his sister Laura run an amazing organization called Olim Advisors. And if you don't know about them, you all should know about them because they're phenomenal. So I'm going to hand over to Rafi because Rafi has something else he has to get to this evening. But I didn't want to miss an opportunity of having a call and giving you guys this amazing platform that is available to you. So hi, Rafi. How you doing?
Hi, Kim. Thanks for having me again on the program. And hi, everyone. Shavua Tov. Kim and I have been doing this for a while because really want to help people make Aliyah. And as a lot of people know, it's not easy to make Aliyah. If you have to find a community, you have to find a home, you have to find a school if you have kids. And there's just a lot of challenges that need to be taken care of before you make Aliyah. And then, of course, once you get here, the things that you need to do. And so my sister and I started Olim Advisors about 4 years ago, really to guide people through this process and to hold their hand in making all these really important decisions. There's just a lot of research, there's a lot of questions. Like, for example, I was just talking to a woman a few minutes ago who's moving from Ohio, and she's looking for a community, but not necessarily Ramat Beit Shemesh or not necessarily Jerusalem. She's open to other options. And it's hard for her. It's hard for her to make these decisions from Columbus, Ohio. And so, we're stepping in to really do the research for her to find schools, to find communities. And so I just wanted to introduce myself and just let you know that if anyone has any questions, if anyone needs any help, by all means, reach out to me. I'll put my contact information in the chat. Also, we started a group with Kim about a month ago or so, just as a support group for people on Facebook. And so I'll put the link in there. And I really encourage you to join and ask questions. I think we're all here because we love Israel and we want to help people get here and want to help people to settle in. And so, I really, I want to help you in any way that I can. So feel free to reach out to me and, let me know how I can help.
Thank you so much, Rafi. So remember, Olim Advisors, and the Facebook group is called Anglo Support Network.
Correct. And I'll put the link in the chat so everyone has that there as well. Fantastic.
Thank you so much, Rafi. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Kim.
And I'm going to hand over now to Devorah, who is working very closely with me to find amazing communities in Israel for all the people that are interested in coming. So Deb, take it away.
Hi, everybody. Shavua Tov. It's great to see everybody. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about me a little bit later, but first I wanted to introduce a very dear friend, a community member, a neighbor, and a teacher named Tippi Erblech, and she's going to tell you a little bit more about what she does. She's a teacher here in the community, and she knows a lot and how it works. So I thought it'd be a great idea to give like an overview of how schools work here in Ramat Beit Shemesh.
I'm good.
So, Tippi, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So first of all, I made Aliyah from Muncie, New York. I was a teacher there and also previously in Great Neck, Long Island, and before that in Los Angeles. So I have a very, very good understanding of the American system versus the Israeli system. So I've been living in Ramat Beit. I made Aliyah in 2002, and I've been in the Misrad HaChinuch, the Ministry of Education, since 2006. And I've taught in all different school systems, and I can really answer most questions for people. But matching a family to a school is of paramount importance. Every school has their own requirements, and it only makes sense to send your child to a school if you can also follow the requirements of that school. This way, there is a very strong connection, and you will not feel like you're going head to head with the administration. When I first came to Ramat Beit Shemesh, there were very few schools because it was a brand new place. Most of the place was actually dirt. And today it's grown into a very huge city very quickly. And all different types of schools exist. And the education doesn't stop just because a child goes into 12th grade. I have 5 children who've gone through the system. My oldest child is 30 years old. My youngest child is 21 years old. So I can actually even give you information if you're coming with older children or adult children, young adult children, about the continuing education and licensing requirements for your various professions and where to go for that. But one of the things that is very, very amazing about Israel is the fact that education is a lot less expensive here and probably much higher quality. Starting with basics. Basics are you come here and you go to Opan, and Opan means learning Hebrew language. It's provided by the city of whatever city you're going to. They have to provide you with an Opan, and when you come in you take a test, and the test determines how much Hebrew you already know, and then they put you into a specific level so that your Hebrew can grow. If you are a professional, if you are a doctor, if you are a lawyer, if you are an accountant, there are specialized Ulpanim where you go to learn the terms for your profession. Because as you know, all professions have their own specific terminology. A lot of it is kind of annoying because, I always joke around because a lot of the terms for doctors are the same terms, but they added, a G at the end, like, the word concrete, they go concreti. There's no reason for it. They just do it to make it crazy, make it sound more Israeli. but there are those terms that you need to know and are very, very, very important. So if anyone has any questions about a specific type of thing, I'll be happy before I launch into everything and put you to sleep. I could talk for hours about this. Just let me know. My contact information, I'll put it in at the end. But
I think our internet's a little bit unstable. Hold on. Sippy, can you hear us?
Of course.
Okay, I lost you for a bit. Maybe it was just my connection. Hold on one second. Okay. Which school are you teaching at the moment?
Currently, I teach in two schools. One is called Ahavat Yisrael, which is a network. A network means there are several schools that are all under the same sort of an organizational thing. And going through an organizational school means that when your child goes from kindergarten, they go straight into the elementary school, then they continue on to the high school. And it's what they call masul, a specific, you don't have to, you're not stuck to it. You can always change. But one of the biggest things that kids have to go through is that here school goes up till 6th grade in the regular system. And then the child has to then go to what's called Chativat Beinaim and find a school for 7th or 8th grade. And it's not always so easy to get into those schools. But if you are part of a reshet, which means a network, then your child is automatically accepted. Oh, by the way, also, I know a lot about the special education services. And if a child has any special needs, you can also speak to me about that. The other thing that I wanted to tell you is there are basically three systems here. Okay, there's a system called Mamlachti. Mamlachti is basic public school. Then you have Mamlachti Dati, which is religious, but pro-state of Israel. And then you have Haredi. You have Chardal, Haredi Dati Lumi, which is the system I teach at. And then you have Haredi. So I want to just start by saying that Haredi Beit Yaakov in a place like New York would be different than a Beit Yaakov in Texas. Okay, so it's the same in Israel. It's different. Beit Yaakov coming into a Beit Yaakov here would be a much more stricter standard on all levels, in all different kinds of ways you wouldn't even expect. So you would have to really look in the way that you kind of determine these things is you think to the future what you would want your children to be. So if your example is that you would want your child to go into a professional university and become a professional with an academic career, you probably would not want to go through the Haredi Masul because they do not allow the girls they really discourage the girls from going to university. They want them to go to what's called a machon, which is a small closed-in college, and those are very difficult sometimes to get a degree as a doctor or, how they can get into nursing. You guys don't hear me. You hear me now?
Yes.
Sorry, I was muted. I said I'm unmuted. Did anybody hear me?
I think just repeat the last part.
So what I was saying is you have to really know what you want for your children and what your kids are capable of doing. The school system that I currently teach at is called the Chardal system. I teach in the Ahavat Yisrael, and I teach in another one called Orot Etzion, which is also part of a big reshet. And I've also taught in the Haredi school system. And I can tell you a lot about it. They're very, very different. They have different types of testing that are, therefore, your acceptance into higher levels of academic institutions are based on your ability to pass certain tests, which are, you're being prepared for those tests from the time the students go into 6th and 7th grade. So it's a very, very important thing to come with a sort of an idea of where you would like your children to end up. And that's what I would say is one good way to start off the whole where do I send my child thing. Anybody have any?
I would like to just ask, because some people are asking me on the chat as well, is like, do you, is there any particular school that is more Anglo friendly that has more? Okay, so what are the names of those schools?
So there are many. Okay, so the one that I teach in Avat Yisrael was started by Anglos. I'm one of the founding parents. I came here. It was a very small school, and that was one of the schools that was very important for me to find a very soft landing and very positive feeling towards Olim. And they are one of the few schools that has an in-house ulpan, which is in the school, which means the students don't have to leave the school. Okay, then you have another school, Magen Avot, which is very friendly towards Olim. You also have Darchei Noam. Darchei Noam is known to be a school that really very, very much welcomes Olim. Okay, and as far as high schools go, Beis Yaakov Kotamar is a very welcoming school, Peni Nechain for girls. And for boys, there's a yeshiva called Mesipta, which is very welcoming for Olim.
Great, amazing. So I'm going to ask Deb, will you be in touch with Sippy and get all those names of all the schools down for us as well?
So it's not just a matter of that. It very, very much matters as to the individual kid, this individual student that's coming. It's not like just let's try to look for this school. The idea here, I think, and what you're all trying to do, Taras Moshe, someone asked about Taras Moshe. Okay, so Taras Moshe is also a school that is Anglo friendly. However, in the school itself, there are American speakers, but there has been a shift lately towards making it more Israeli, less English, less Anglo friendly. They want it, originally Taras Moshe was set up by Rabbi Malinowitz, who was a rabbi in our community who just recently passed away. And with that, there have been a lot of changes, and they are really trying to make it much more the Israeli Haredi system and less, open to American ideology. But it could be that will change also in the next few months. Sometimes these things change with the leadership involved.
Great. Amazing. So again, it's very individual and everybody should do a lot of research and investigation. Obviously, each kid is going to be different. And I know from families that go there that they have one kid in this system, another kid in this kind of school. So I suppose you've got to just figure out what your child needs, which is very important. But
I see there's a lot of questions here. So first of all, if you have a child that struggles academically, there is something here that you can call called Efes Sheva. Efes Sheva means that the child, it's noted that the child will get special help in the school system. In order for that to happen, you must have some sort of educational evaluation. In America, it's called an IEP. Okay, and it must be done by a certified person. Ideally, there are people who can translate it here, and then you come here, and then it's very easy to get it, and you don't have to go through the process. If you come here with a child that does not have an ibchun, you're looking to spend around 3,000 shekel in order to get one. So I would suggest that get one, please, at your school that your child is at currently, because I think it's, if you live in certain counties in New York, they're free of charge and you don't have to pay a penny for it. It comes, because of the property taxes. I know Rockland County, Great Neck, you don't have to pay for that.
Sorry, please mute yourself. Sorry, hold on a second.
It could be a private neuropsych evaluation, 100%. 100%. It can be a school IEP, but I want to be very, very, very clear. These Efes Sheva designations help your child a tremendous amount to give them extra help, extra tutoring, which you don't have to pay for. It comes with the school system, but with all that, there are a lot of extra help that you will get just because you're coming in and there might be language struggles. So even if your child is an amazing student in every area, but they have problems with language, they can still get the F7, and that means that they will get a lot more help passing the state exams. If anybody is interested in seeing the state exams, all you do is you type in Bagrut, B-A-G-R-U-T, okay, and type in the subject. And you can get examples of Bagrut online. Those are the names of the tests that you need. And in order for, I'll quickly give you the system for high school. In order for a child to be able to get into an institution of higher learning, they need what's called a Bagrut diploma, okay? In order to get a Bagrut diploma, you must have 21 points. Those 21 points can be made up of, they have to have certain core things, 7 subjects that have to be their core subjects. And one of the big things is English alone can get up to 9 points, which is 1/3. If your child is really bright in English, you're already coming in at a very big advantage.
Amazing. I think we're gonna have to move on to the next speaker. But thank you so much. I think really amazing information. And Sippy, if you don't mind, I don't know if you want to give out your information, but if you're okay with that, it's up to you. You can put it on the chat as well.
I'll put it in the chat, and I'm more than willing to just send it to you. Okay. I'm going to put it into the chat now.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Okay. So I sent you guys my email. I'll be happy to answer questions. I'm just asking you, please do me a favor and put Kim Bash in the reference, because I have over 120 students this year, and I get literally about 500 emails a day, especially because of Corona. So if you don't mind, just write Kim Bash in the reference line, then I'll know it's people from this particular chat, and then I'll be able to address your question and realize it's not just another Corona meeting.
Thank you. So appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, bye, everyone. Have a great night. And
oh my gosh, thank you so much. It was very informational, and I really appreciate your time. Okay.
Thank you.
Hey, so I just want to see, is Ariel here? Ariel Toff, are you here on our call? If you are,
yes,
just unmute
how are
yourself.
You doing?
Oh, he's on.
Amazing.
Hello.
So I just want to introduce, do you have video capabilities, Ariel?
No, we don't get that in Israel. It's just phone.
Can we? It's just a phone. Wow, you're really from.
He's just on his phone. It's okay. Hi,
I just want to introduce one of my favorite people, Ariel. We've worked together many moons on many different projects. He happens to be a serial entrepreneur. He's done many things in his time. He comes to Eretz Israel from Peru and then Canada. And we worked together on one of his businesses. It's one of his favorite businesses right now, which is Anglo.net. And so I wanted to invite him on. He lives in Ramat Beit Shemesh Aleph, and he runs this business, and which connects all kinds of people all over the globe, Anglos. So without further ado, welcome, Ariel. Tell us a little bit about yourself and the business, and anything you want to say about the community.
Hi, everybody. This is Ariel, as Deborah said. I live in Ramat Beit Shemesh. I've been living here for almost 20 years, and we love it here. I have a family, a wife, yes, for the whole 20 years, and also 6 children. 2 are married. They already started their families. They also live here. Everybody loves it here. And we met Aliyah from Canada. We were living in Canada. We became frum in Canada, and we started learning Torah. And everywhere I learned, it said something about Eretz Israel. So I felt that the whole thing, part of being frum and part of being everything, was to come and live in Eretz Israel. So we decided to leave everything we have built for about 15 years in Canada and come and start our new life. And we did so. We are very happy with it. It's like a blessing every step that we walk here. The community in Ramat Beit Shemesh is fantastic, and there's room for everybody from all types of level of Jewish. There's people who are not frum, there's people who are very frum, and everything in between. And you'll find here all types of colors of kippas and types of kippas, and everybody gets along very well. And even in some shuls, you see a combination of everything. So I think that anybody can find what they're looking for here, if they have a desire to come and live in Israel, of course. So we came here and we put our kids in schools. At the time, there were not a lot of options. We are talking, as I said, about 20 years ago. Basically, there were no schools. I mean, the schools were happening in houses. And today is totally different. There's a lot of possibilities in terms of schools here in Ramat Beit Shemesh, and if not in Beit Shemesh, and some people go to other cities as well, and people come from other cities here. There's kids who come to schools from Yerushalayim, and from Modi'in, from other places, and from here people also go to other places if they feel that the type of school that their children need is a little bit different. So they just look for, they find what they're looking for. In terms of the business environment, I run my own companies. I've been doing that for many, many years. I've built companies in 5 countries. And the environment here for running businesses is as easy or as difficult as anywhere else. Generally speaking, I would say more difficult than easy, because that's the nature of running a business. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. So it has to be a little bit difficult. That's part of the of what it means to become an entrepreneur and a business person, is willing to do the extra mile, right, to be successful. I mean, it's not easy, but it's not easy anywhere. As I said, I've been building companies in 5 countries, and it has never been easy. Doesn't matter the language, doesn't matter which part of the world. Starting a business and running a business, it's not easy. But as I said, as easy as anywhere else, right? So if you're an entrepreneur, or you're looking to run a business, or if you are running currently a business, well, you won't find much of a difference here. You apply the same principles, which means working from A to faint, and if you have the bracha, you will succeed, the same as anywhere else. In my case, people were telling me all the time, like when I was thinking about making Aliyah and talking to people about making Aliyah, and everybody was saying, are you crazy? You don't know anybody there, and nobody knows you. You don't speak Hebrew. How are you going to make it there? You got to be crazy to leave everything you got built in Canada for 15 years and go and start all over again. And I just told people, it's very simple. I mean, the parnasa, however you want to call it, comes from Shamayim. And if Hashem is giving parnasa here in Canada, He's also going to be giving parnasa in Eretz Israel. So with that belief is that we came to Eretz Israel, and we are continuing to build companies here. And as Deborah mentioned, a company that I'm most in love with, that we dedicate most of our effort. And I'm saying we because it's me and my wife and my children now. They're growing and they're helping also. It's Anglo.net. It's a website which is really a resource for the Anglo community here in Israel. In Israel, we call Anglo anybody who speaks English, right? So you can be an Anglo from Canada, from America, from England, from New Zealand. As long as you speak English, you're an Anglo. Even me with my accent, I mean, people think I'm an Anglo also. So it's a resource. If you are looking for a plumber, you go to Janglo. If you're looking for a lawyer, you go to Janglo. If you have a business, you advertise it in Janglo. If you have questions, you ask them in Janglo. And it's a whole system to help Olim and Anglos in Israel get what they need and make it life a little bit easier. There's news in Janglo about Israel and the Jewish world as well. So it's, as I said, it's a resource. Hundreds of thousands of people come every month, not only from Israel, from all over the place. If you're an American right now and you do a Google search for lawyers in Israel, because you need a lawyer because you're buying an apartment per se, or you need a plumber because you already bought the apartment and you need service. Then you wherever you are, you're going to do a search for a plumber, lawyer in Jerusalem or in Beit Shemesh or wherever it is, and Anglo will probably come up on the first page, and you'll click on Anglo, and that's how you start using Anglo. So if you're looking to make Aliyah, I want to tell you that this is our land, this is our country, this is what we should be building, and not building lands of other people who eventually will kick us out. Like historically, that's what has happened in every country where the Jews have done well. Sooner or later, they kick us out, and it's time for us to build our own where nobody will ever kick us out. And that's the inheritance we give to our children. It's the real inheritance, which is the land. So, and a lot of people feel like that here, and that's one of the things we have in common, that we care about each other, and we are building this nation of ours together. So hopefully you'll see the same thing we saw, and you'll come and you'll build a beautiful life here.
Amen.
Is that good, Deborah?
That was so beautiful. Thank you so much. Great. I highly agree with everything you said. That we're so excited to have, to inspire everyone to make this, I don't want to call it a leap of faith, but to take their own, choice to come to Eretz Yisrael, their own and come, and even don't speak the Hebrew, even if you don't know all the answers to all the questions, where there's so many people here who want to help you. And so the next person who we're going to meet is, thank you so much, Ariel, really. And if anybody wants to reach Ariel, you can just write a note to Janglo, and it's gonna find him. You could just go to janglo.net, and you can type in, and put a message there and write for Ariel, and you will find him, and he'll be very happy to correspond with you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
So next we're going to meet Ira Miller. She's with us with Kim Bash, and she recently also made Aliyah from New York, and also dropped just a little bit about her experience, and then just her feelings about living in Ramat Beit Shemesh. So welcome, Karen. You're on your side. You're sideways. Hi, Karen.
Hi, how are you?
Can I just remind everybody to please mute yourselves, because I'm hearing a lot of background noise.
Can't hear you. Talking?
No, she said to me, she was asking people to mute themselves. I just, Hi, everyone. Thank you so much. I'm so glad to be here and join this amazing team with Kim Bash and Devorah Ben-Arosh. And I welcome you to this amazing adventure where we're trying to get everybody here, especially after what's going on in the news. Everybody's so worried. Everybody's so scared. And we just have to hold on tight. We have to hold on to it. And now we have to hold on and believe that Kadosh Baruch Hu has a plan. And I believe part of that plan, and I think a lot of us are feeling it right now, is that we need to come home. Hashem wants us to come home. This is where Hashem wants us to be. And Baruch Hashem, I was zocheh to come 2 months ago. Just 2 months ago, I decided I want to be here for the Chagim. I want to be here close to my Rav. My Rav made Aliyah. When he came back, he really is Israeli, but his whole family came back about 8 years ago, and it was my passion to come back and to be here together with him. And Baruch Hashem, now I have 2 out of 3 kids that are learning in Israel, and my third one, Bezrat Hashem, on the way. So it's even more of an excuse to come home, to really come home. And Baruch Hashem, I'm here. And my goal in doing this right now and being here is to help other people to do the same thing. I really want that people should understand that it's not as hard as we think to come to Israel. There are so many things that are available to you here in Israel. And I keep talking to different people. This is just not my opinion because I'm on a high right now, but I keep talking to people who are actually living here. And they're telling me that everything is here and it's available to you. I went to the Osher Ad the other day. Osher Ad is like bingo in New York. They have everything, so many different kinds of fruits and vegetables. Then they're also selling appliances and clothes and houseware, all these different things. It's incredible. Like you go to all these different stores. I went to Beersheba. We were in Beersheba, me and Devorah, and we went to this, like on the street where they have like these exercises machines outdoor for free. You can exercise. Then we were in front of this major mall with all of the department stores like Zara and H&M. I'm like, wow, they have everything here. Baruch Hashem, at your disposal. But the best part about it is that you feel that you're home. You go outside and you have your brothers and sisters. I walk in the street on Erev Shabbos and I hear Kabbalat Shabbat in the streets, everyone's singing and davening, everyone's rushing to shul, kids are playing outside in the middle of the street. It's such an amazing feeling to be home. Of course, coming here is not going to be 1, 2, 3 simple, that you could just, show up and that's it. We have to have a plan. We have to be besechel. I happen to be a special ed teacher. I also a coach, and I'm now helping to develop my own business. But everything takes time. Everything is in its time, and we have to allow it to happen slowly. But we also have to make plans. We need to you need to try to be able to help yourself into the way that it's going to help you, whether it's speaking to your Rav, speaking to a friend that's here. It's really, really important that we try to do all the things that we can, all the efforts that we can make together.
Karen, you're echoing a lot. Hold on, I don't know.
Sorry, we're in the same room, so it's echoing. Is this better?
Echo. I don't know.
Is this better?
I don't know.
Is this better right now?
That's better.
Okay, we had to mute one of us. So I do apologize. Did you hear us?
No, it's still echoing.
What was that?
It's a very bad echo. I'm not sure why.
Okay, I'm going to try to go to another room. Let's see if this works better.
Still echoing.
Can you hear me now?
Still echoing. I'm not sure why. I must apologize. There's something going on with our internet. I don't know why it's so choppy as well. I'm not sure what's going on.
Karen? Karen?
Can you hear me now?
Are you there?
I'm here.
Karen, we don't talk.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I hear you.
Okay. Maybe just keep it muted just in case, Devorah. I do apologize. Should I repeat what I was saying? I don't know what you heard, what you didn't hear.
I think we heard most of it. It was just a little echoey and hard to hear it, but I think we heard most.
I just want to reiterate the last part is that I feel that everyone has to have a plan. We can't just jump and come, but no matter how much you're going to plan, Hashem has his plan. And I just spoke to somebody. He was a lawyer. I wish he was on the call. I really wanted him to come on tonight. He was a lawyer. He was working very comfortably in Denver. And all of a sudden he was laid off. The truth is he wanted to make Aliyah. They came here for a visit. They went to speak to Rav David Abu Chatzira. And this is a tzaddik. A tzaddik, he sees the future, right? He sees what's going to be. And they asked Shaila, can we make Aliyah? We have a job. We have everything going for us. This is many years ago. And he said to them, only if you don't have a job. Only if you don't have your job. They're like, oh, okay, so we have a job. We're both working. And then guess what happened? A few months later, he lost his job. And he went into another company and was working for like a phone company, and they had other lawyers there. And they said, we don't need you. So he was on his severance pay. And he's like, wait a minute, I don't have a job. Rav David Abu Chatzira said, if I don't have a job, I can make Aliyah. It sounds crazy, right? So he had his severance pay and he came here. And as a result, today, Baruch Hashem, I think it's 18 years later, they're here. And Baruch Hashem, he found some sort of a job that's going to be able to help him. But he said it wasn't easy. They wanted to hire him for babkas. But he had some sort of a plan. He was working and he had a severance pay to begin with. And then she was working, and she actually is working for an American company. She's selling insurance. And that's the other thing. If you have a plan, if you have a job already, if you have a business and it's running, there's no reason why you can't run it from here. If you have an Amazon business, you're selling things online, you can do that from here. If you can set yourself up in such a way that you have security, of course, don't get rid of that. But don't think for a minute that you can plan from A to Z and it's all going to be planned out and everything's going to be hunky-dory. You have to allow Hashem to make things happen. Everybody here lives lemala min hateva. They live above nature. Nobody lives here thinking and knowing, oh, we're going to be rolling in cash in another year or two. Look what's happening in the States. Are we living bevetach? Do we know what's going to happen tomorrow? Nobody has any clue. And that's why Hashem wants us. He wants us to trust in him and to make that leap of faith. And I truly feel that Baruch Hashem today, we can see the hand of Hashem so clearly, and that Hashem wants us to be where we need to be. This is where we need to be. We need to be home. And we are going to, our passion, like me and Devorah, we live here in Ramat Beit Shemesh, and there's so many opportunities here just in Ramat Beit Shemesh. We're not saying you have to live here, but the different community, and the different services that are offered here are for Anglos. And if you're English speaking, somebody just called me and she said, I don't speak a word of Hebrew. How am I going to survive there? And she's a businesswoman. And I said to her, you're going to be okay. Because there are communities, there's a lot of English spoken here. And I, Baruch Hashem, I'm a teacher. So I offer services that can help you with Hebrew speaking to be able to learn Hebrew and, conversational Hebrew. You can have ulpan. You get money towards an ulpan where you go and sit and learn. That's also an opportunity. But there are people here that speak English, and you can do what you're doing in the business that you're doing and offer these services to English speaking people. So there are opportunities. The thing is, just let's give yourself the opportunity to listen, to hear, and to understand that there is opportunity here and that you can make it. Bezrat Hashem, you will make it. So I welcome you all, and I would love to share with you what we've been seeing here. There's so much being built. We went to different developments to be able to show you the different houses and developments are being built here. It's incredible. They're building and building and building and building. They're stretching outwards and upwards and everywhere. And we know that Hashem has a plan to bring everyone back, so we got to get ready. So we welcome you to Ramat Beit Shemesh, and we're going to showcase you now the different homes and real estate that's available for you here. So I welcome you. Bruchim habayim.
Thank you so much, Karen. I really appreciate it.
Just a quick question. Are you in Ramat Beit Shemesh A?
Yes, they're in Ramat Beit Shemesh Aleph.
But it's not too far from all the other Ramat Beit Shemesh. Like, we're very close to Bet. I live very close to Bet. It's just like, a couple of streets over from where I am at the end of Ramat Beit Shemesh Aleph. And we're very close to Gimmel, and Dalet is about 5 minutes away. We're going to show you a map. You're going to see on the map exactly where everything is.
Okay, Deb, are you going to start? Also, what I want to just point out to everybody that we're doing a general presentation. If anybody has any questions, personal questions, they want to send us messages, please feel free to do so. We may not be able to cover it on this particular call. I see there's lots of stuff coming up on the chat, but we want to move forward on the presentation. We'll have a chance for people to ask questions at the end. Okay, Deb, are you ready for the slideshow?
Okay. Are you able to show the video from your side? Hang on, everyone.
I didn't put it on here, Deb.
You open up the video, you hit the share screen.
No, I didn't put it on my, I think start the presentation.
Okay.
First.
Okay, fine. Okay. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Kim, you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, so basically we're going to give you, just so you know, that was like a sunset from Beit Shemesh. That's kind of like what a fall sunset looks here. Also, this is from Ramat Shiloh, is one of the areas in the neighborhood. You firm into Ramat Beit Shemesh Aleph when you're driving up. This is like a typical scene that you would see. And over here is we're going to do on one of the streets in Ramat Beit Shemesh Aleph is a brand new building. And to give you an idea, there's about 200,000 residents living here, and many are English speaking. You hear it all over the streets in the neighborhood. Schools, shuls, healthcare, all cater to us here in the Anglo community. And we're about 30 minutes from Jerusalem, 30 minutes from Tel Aviv. There's buses, there's trains. Many people arrive here and they don't have a car in the beginning. You can live here without a car. It is helpful to have one, but you definitely can. And there's shopping centers, mobile supermarkets, furniture stores, there's like warehouses, everything you could imagine, they have it. And they also have services for people making aliyah that help with the education and many different things. And we'll be able to help you in any and all of these different areas. Okay, so the first apartment that we're going to show you is a brand new penthouse. It's in this building. This is going to be ready in your time, and it's 160 square meter apartments, and it has an incredible 125 square porch plus an additional porch on the rooftop. But the views are incredible. Here you can see like a gorgeous view, these cotton cows you see in like all directions out all the windows of the house. And you take an elevator up to the top floor, and it opens up right into your apartment. It's really a fabulous, incredible, gorgeous apartment. It's definitely going to go quickly. So anybody's interested like this, definitely reach out to us very quickly. It's incredible. Okay, next apartment is in the same downstairs. There's two different apartments available on the first floor, and here's like an outline of them. And so you can see one has massive porch. It's 260 square meters. Wow. And you can actually even like build out additionally part 104 square meters, but the builder told me that for about 50 square meters you could enclose more space to the apartment. Put a desk, an office, easily you can add onto that apartment. And it's got stunning views, and you're right off of
Can I just
number one park in Ramat Beit Shemesh Aleph.
I just want to add that this particular area is also an area that's very highly populated by people who just recently made aliyah, also for families. But they're all, you know, they have all ages kids, you know, they have younger kids, they have older kids, but it's really very highly populated. There aren't so many apartments available. We're just telling you know that this is a really hot deal. We were able to work together with the developers and get you these deals. So Bezrat Hashem, we hope that those people who want to come will try to invest, because these are really amazing apartments. And you have downstairs, I don't know if you mentioned, Devorah, but downstairs, there's like a lobby. It's like a sitting lobby. It's going to be gorgeous. It's going to be like a little hotel, you know? So it's really beautiful. And it's right overlooking this gorgeous park. You don't really just see how beautiful this park is, but it's massive. So if you have little kids, even if you don't have little kids, you're going to enjoy this park. People exercise in this park.
It's great. People like to walk. If you like to walk and you have kids, this is the most incredible park to live right off of. Because you just want strolling and biking and walking and running and having picnics, and then they have like incredible I don't have it in this room, but beautiful kids with all kinds of like state-of-the-art equipment. So the second apartment also does have a large porch. It's 54 square meters, and the apartment itself is 108 square meters, and these are both 3-bedroom apartments, but with the ability to potentially add in another room. And they're brand new, so they're gorgeous. Okay. Next is an available rent. So if there's anybody who's coming soon, or you have a family member, friends, or anybody who's coming soon to Israel looking for...
Devorah, I just want to answer one of the questions on the chat. They asked where the first apartments that we showed were. That's in the Mem Shalosh area. It's Mem Shalosh area. It's a little bit further than the Merkaz. It's about maybe like 30 minutes walk, 20 minutes walk from the Merkaz, from the center where the stores are. But there are stores being built even closer.
Yeah, not even. But also, it's easy to take a bus, and you can walk anywhere from there. People like get their once and walk there from your Rabbi Levy. Okay, next is this rental.
This is Ramat Shiloh.
And it has a large apartment. It's 175 square meters. It's just been painted. It's ready to be moved in the furniture though, but it's really a very lovely space, tons of sunshine, a great air pass it, beautiful views, and it's a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom, and this is goes for 70 shekels and is available right now. Okay, and this is also in Aleph.
Deb, you're very echoey. I'm not sure what's going on with your internet.
Oh, is this better?
Don't
Better?
know.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. It's just a slight
Can you hear me?
There's a slight delay when you talk. It's okay. Continue.
Okay. The next apartment is in a block away from me, and it's just right off of their Merkaz in the downtown part of the shopping center in Ramat Beit Shemesh Aleph. It was just renovated. They just finishing the renovations. It's got the large marble 1 by 1 meter large marble floors. It's a 4-bedroom, and it's about 150 square meters. There's 22 porches, and it's really beautiful. It's got also incredible breezes and views and sunshine. And the other thing it does have is that there's a halal as additional space that you can carve out to have more rooms in your house. There are 80 acres of additional halal that you could build out, and the owner is happy to build it for you. He's a builder himself. So if you were to upgrade or make the apartment bigger, you could work it out with them. And he said it would be ready by Pesach. So it's really in a great neighborhood and 2 porches. You can't go wrong. Okay. Next we have is a new area in Ramat Beit Shemesh, and it's right next to actually what Karen said before, Mem Shalosh, and it's these guys also between Gimmel and Mem Shalosh, and it's probably like a 10-minute drive from where I live, and it's a whole brand new complex. It's available. So we have 2 apartments here. One is a penthouse, 146 square meters, 4 views, stunning. And again, it's a 4-bedroom, and it's a beautiful apartment with really stunning views.
If I can,
hang on. And on the park right downstairs, right out the door, and on the first floor, there is a larger apartment. It is a 250 square meter apartment, and it's also 4 bedrooms, but you really get 5 bedrooms or even 5.5 and put in an office. There's a lot of wiggle room to work there, and it's just an incredible, brand new area. And we do have other apartments there as well. So if you're interested, please don't hesitate. Let us know.
Can I just say something about it?
And here is a rental that is just being in the process of being upgraded. We just hopped in there today, actually. And on a main street in the area, right next to like the American shopping supermarket called Best, where all the Americans love to shop. Because they have all, and my kids love to go get their Ben and Jerry's ice cream there, as well as many other treats. And this is a great apartment tomorrow, and they put in these gorgeous stone walls. It has large marble floors, and it is an upgraded kitchen. It does have nice views and breezes. There's a shul right across the street, and it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. And it's like in 1 week's time, and it goes for 4,500 shekels a month. So that's a rental, and have lots of other apartments. It all depends on your budget, the kind of area you want to live in, maybe where your kids are going to school. And we're happy to take a phone meeting with you to give you our time and to give you more direction and let us know how we can direct you, what you're looking for, which gives you more apartments like on a one-on-one basis. So now we're happy to open up and ask anybody if you have any questions.
I just want to say something, Devar, before we continue. We both are going around to see these apartments, from place to place. And it's really incredible, like I said, as they're building. I just want to tell you that Daled is really, really an incredible place to live. Everything is brand new. They built these gorgeous, beautiful, modern looking apartments, and it's brand new and it's pretty affordable. And what's nice is they have all types. It's not just this type and that type. I went I helped somebody found an apartment there, and I got to see it firsthand. I met the neighbors. So special. They actually made the Shabbat project. They had like a table of 100 people outside. You have, Breslov, Chabad, Sfardim, Ashkenazim. Of course, there's a lot of different buildings. It's still being developed, and they're building a shul. There's going to be a gan there. There's a beautiful park, and that's an advantage sometimes. When you have a newer location, yes, there'll be a Sephardi shul there. When you have a newer location, is that it's so fresh and new? It's being developed, and so if you come, let's say with a group of friends, or if you have, relatives that are interested in coming, this is the opportunity to invest right now and to get your hands on these apartments, because in a year's time, these prices are going to go up, right, Kim? She knows all about real estate. She's the expert.
That's right. And I just want to say again, I am so sorry for the bad echoing. I don't know, it's the first time we've really experienced such internet problems and the echoing. I'm so sorry about it. And if anybody wants us to send the presentation separately to them, we're happy to do so. So I apologize profusely for that. I know it was very hard to hear what Devorah was saying and sometimes what Karen was saying, but we'll happily send you this information. The bottom line is that Ramat Beit Shemesh is bursting. Okay, there is so much going on there right now in terms of real estate opportunities. And somebody had asked about in the budget of about 2 million shekels. Yes, there is availability in that price range as well. And we're happy to work with people. If the budget is realistic, we're happy to help you try and find something. And again, if it's something that you can't, if you can't afford to buy, then in the beginning, we also have rental opportunities. What's happening right now is that we are working with multiple communities around the world who are in touch with us to help them try and move. Not just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 families, 20 families. Okay, 50 families. There's a huge desire right now to come to Israel. So obviously everybody's got to do what they need to do. But, even if it's to secure a property now, that would really make a lot of sense if you are able to do so. We have a team of experts, including mortgage brokers, who I can definitely put you in touch with. As a foreign buyer, you would need to, and we did do a Zoom call about how to buy a home in Israel. So please look onto our YouTube channel for that. But as a foreign buyer, you can basically take a 50% loan. What that means is you have to put down 50%. It's a lot in Israel. As an Israeli or a new immigrant coming in, you have to put down 30%. And we can talk about all these things, purchasing a home. Please be in touch with me directly. But anybody's looking for a rental, what's available now is not going to be available in 2, 3, 4 months. It's something, rentals come and go all the time. So when you're coming, and if you want to rent something, I would advise you to be in touch with us about 6 to 8 weeks before you're coming, because they go so quickly on the market. And as I said, what's available now is not going to be available when you come. So let's say you want to come in the summer, then you should start really looking for a rental. I would say probably February, March time. And there's always short-term rental options in the beginning until you decide where you want to be. And